Hello and welcome to the next episode of Stellaris with me, Winslayer. Right now, I'm just kind of letting all these little nations develop their own set of allegiances and enemies. So far, it's been pretty interesting to watch. Don't think there are too many wars going on currently. Oh, I know why this is so quiet. At least in my ears. Because I didn't have my volume on my computer. Where on the level I usually have it. Now this thing will go away. Go away. There. This Lapo will become part of a larger federation, huh? There aren't too many of them on this planet. They took in some refugees, it looks like. Poor guys. Gonna stand a chance. Star Angels are gonna take these planets pretty soon and then move on to those ones. I think they've already taken a couple planets. It's just hard for them because each one has like a decent garrison. These guys are at war with that other federation. I forgot about that. Shamans seem to be doing okay against their enemies. I think they had a fleet that they sent over here, but I can't see it right now. Did it get attacked? It looks pretty strong. You should probably use it if you can. And like 100k could turn the course of the war. Look at that, they completed this. They should defend it. And colonize it. So they're at war with these guys right now, huh? I think they're going after the Kingdom of Clara's territory. Yeah, and they're gonna take it too. I think Shadow Cult will take a lot of this territory. No longer hiding in the shadows, are we? We must not be doing too good in some territory. Or they're losing a lot in their attacks. I'm not sure. Because it looks like a pretty even war, according to the war score. Which isn't the best way to really measure how people are doing. It's just a number. It doesn't indicate much more than like what's currently going on. The direction of the war is not really predicted by that. Although they're usually a pretty good indicator. Like if somebody's getting a lot of war score, they're probably not going to win much in the war, but they may have a lot of territory. So I'd call that a success. I remember wanting these numbers to get smaller. And according to this, they will approach 0 eventually. I don't think I'm going to change myself to anything other than peaceful. I need to get rid of those Julans first. The one species that's also in my empire. These guys. The Julian. Or Julian. With a J. %. It's a small fraction of my population. I mean, if I go to people like this nation, they think I'm very genocidal, something like that. No, not them, us. I thought they hated us. No. These guys, they think we're genocidal. Well, they know we're genocidal. They tell stories to other nations, and all the other nations are like, no, they wouldn't. They would never. This doesn't sound like what the history books taught us. Lies. That's how it always goes, isn't it? Inferior. They're getting stronger. Uh-oh. These guys must be pretty strong over here. Light and barons. Haven't had to do much. Apparently they have pretty good territory. A good subject. Once they integrate them, they'll have even more good territory. I almost got Sadir, but these guys are able to sneak that off the reclaimers. Once these wars are over, I expect some more people to either join existing federations or for federations to get a little bit stronger, or for new ones just form. That's what I meant to say. Got distracted there. If you're watching me on Twitch, feel free to talk to me in chat. I'll hopefully see it. And yeah, then we can talk about anything that you got questions about my empire, what I've done in the past. Yeah, just kind of like my general philosophy, which is Moregaf, my leader. He came to power a long time ago through a cult, an event chain. This guy right here, 311 years old, level 10, been in charge since he was like what, 30, 40, something like that. The 300-year anniversary of Moregaf should be coming up soon. That's pretty wild when you think about it. That's like half the time that I've played this game. I've played with that one leader. I did not start off with that as an intention for what I was going to do with this playthrough. I was just going to be kind of peaceful and let the rest of the universe kind of do their own thing, which now I get to do, but it's definitely different than what I originally intended, but in a cool way. I like it. I'm looking forward to having a ring world which I can kind of develop as I'm going, because getting those what do you call them, oh, I forget what I was talking about now. Getting those mega structures, they cost me a bit of time that I could have been spending building more places for my population. It's nice having the ability to kind of watch whatever I want. What's this? Wonder what's over here. Oh yeah, one of these. Hey, shroud time. Got to love the shroud. How you doing, shroud? Yay. Go get a little bit more faction stuff from my spiritualist faction. Somebody leveled up. Some scientist. Oh, excuse me. It's quite a sneeze. Looks like a couple people want to be my friend. It's too bad. Don't have any interest in it. I'll check on the wars pretty soon. Could probably zoom in on one of them just to give people something to watch. Look, the Golda Claw is totally destroying these guys. Some pretty sizable fleets. Just don't have any armies like the other guys. They're having trouble with that type of stuff. Oh. Check on one of the other wars soon, but I'm just kind of interested to see how long is it going to take them for them to really get an army going down here. It seems like it might take a while. I don't know. Not an expert. Still no armies, huh? Kingdom of Glira might survive this. Somebody tells me they won't, though. Of course. should have just used this one from the beginning. What? Nonsense. There we go. What?
Incoming transmission. Incoming transmission.
Still no new developments, it looks like. You know, except for the Kingdom of Glira, looks like they're completely, fully occupied now. Sad, right? Something tells me that level up is from that scientist. You level 3 now? Yep. Predictable.
Incoming transmission.
I don't think I have anybody trying to chat with me here, but in case you are, I'm going to try and reload my Twitch, because it doesn't seem to be showing up anything. It doesn't seem to be updating. There, I think I'm in my chat room now. Go ahead and let me know if you want to know anything. Right now I'm just kind of watching this war. There's another one around here somewhere. I think it was the Reclaimers. These guys were fighting off them. They don't stand a chance.
The spirits have granted us new wisdom.
It's just a matter of time. Moregaf approves. He is warlike. And he makes a lot of influence. Because he can. Okay. We will definitely go with that. Who's moving their fleet? The Shaman are still taking planets off of these guys. Looks like they just took that one. So they just like bomb it into submission. There's like nothing left on this planet. Wow, you guys are mean. And I can't really judge. So they do have an army here. You know what? I kind of do like following people around. They're attacking here. They'll get that. Easy. I think they already have it. I'm not sure what they're doing.
Incoming transmission.
No! Scientist! What will we do? think somehow that guy had 2 jobs. Running a science ship and doing research. Could be wrong though. I feel like this war will be over soon. I don't know what they're fighting for, but I think they've got a lot of the territory that they want. I don't know what they're fighting for.
Incoming transmission.
Cool. Probably don't need to declare a saint right away, but I will.
Incoming transmission.
It's funny. Wouldn't have expected that. The wars rage on, huh? Oh, so many wars. They're just so one-sided. I'm not that interested in following them. I could. I might. I mean, I guess what else am I doing here? Could see how people feel about each other. You guys liking each other yet? Ooh, claims. They're getting ready for war. They're just like everyone, huh? It's good. They're living out to their name, the Cult of Harmony. Only have borders with one other nation, which they have a defensive pact with. Pretty cool. So they're fighting a lot of people here, huh? But I think they got the help of, they're not fighting, they just are hated by a lot of people. Okay. They're just fighting this nation. But they're gonna get stronger soon. Pretty soon, I would expect. Those planets are ready to be assaulted. At least I think so.
Incoming transmission.
They got no orders. Seriously?
Incoming transmission.
Why? I think this is a glitch. You're just like landing and like, what? What are you doing? You have that planet, dude.
Incoming transmission.
Don't understand. It's like the game's hit some kind of glitch. It's possible, right? Seems to be taking forever. That's not good. Come on, Xenos. Let's have some more interesting developments. Just non-aggression packs are not interesting to me. They seem like they're all trying to make peace with me, which is cool. They're allowed to try, but you guys should be focusing on other things. You know? Important things. Whoops. Wonder how this works. I should be more focused on Stellaris though. That's what I'm recording. The system's just too bad for anybody to want, huh? 2 energy. I know what that's like. Started next to 2 energy myself. This planet was okay, but think I didn't build on it for a long time. I went and skipped it. Went looking for better planets. Found them elsewhere. There's one here that I think I settled. Actually, not for a while. This is, I think, my first colony, or like one of my first colonies. Once I could terraform, I terraformed this. Like I said, Betharium is size 24. It's a nice planet. I'm surprised the Reclaimers didn't do better with it. But that's just how luck is. Sometimes good luck can be bad for you in the long run, or even in the short term. I'm impressed that I have as much as I have in terms of strategic resources.
Incoming transmission. Incoming transmission.
Oh, hey. I got somebody in chat. Pretty good. I mean, it's really late in the game. Moregaf is level 10. He's been in charge of this nation for like 300 years. I'm basically role-playing if you haven't been here before. Yeah. I'm enjoying letting the rest of the universe repopulate it. Basically, I reduced every species to one planet and let them restart the universe. I think that was like 65 years ago. But yeah. How you doing, dude? Chasworth. Just saw your message. Don't know if that came in a while ago. I think I'm connected. But yeah. If not, just keep on going and I'll try and reconnect. Seems like oh, let's go to galaxy wide. Yeah, it seems like the other species are doing okay. They're up to like 200 pops in some nations. Other ones are smaller than that. Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, if you got any questions, let me know. I focused a lot on things like reforming my government. Right now I just kind of have good ones for role-playing sake. Originally started with life seeded and idyllic agrarian, I think it was. Yeah, which is kind of cool for Unity gain, but it's not like the best. There are definitely better ones out there. I like citizen service a lot, but that requires you to be a militarist, which is not really the best for new players. I forget what I got right away after I unlocked the 3rd civic slot, but that kind of stuff should be on my YouTube channel. You can check it out on YouTube if you look for Windslayer Gaming. I think I'm Windslayer Gaming over on YouTube. I'm just Windslayer here on Twitch, but yeah, I like reforming the government just for fun. It's not the most optimal way to play, but once you get a hang of like how to build a strong economy, this game isn't that hard to master, but they got a lot of cool options. I got some pretty fun event chains with this one. I got the Praetorian Queen. Praetorian spawn down here. Took her from the giant hive mind. I think that's what it is. I forget exactly what it's called. Then later on I got the Imperial Cult, which installed this Immortal as my leader. I got an Immortal through the Shroud, so that's cool. Where's the Shroud? There's the Shroud. If you talk to this, then there's the chance that they'll make one of your leaders immortal, but there's also a pretty good chance they'll just kill him off. So yeah. To be honest, I'm not like the best at this game. A lot of people are better at things like ship design. I just let the auto stuff really take care of making their stuff as strong as possible. I did create some anti-scourge stuff because the scourge have a very specific type of boat which you can focus down. They don't have shields, so you just want to go for like armor penetration. This is good range, which is why I used it on some of my bigger things, but I think you want things like armor damage. Plasma's pretty good at that when you're facing off against the Scourge. I don't remember putting that on there, but there must have been a reason for doing that. Oh, game's slowing down. I think some of the wars are over. A war's over. This one right here, they took some territory off of these guys, the Knights. To be honest, I don't play usually past 200 years in game. You start around 2200, I think, and usually get bored of it after I conquer the galaxy.
Incoming transmission.
Yeah, nice. I don't like learning all the ins and outs of a game too because it makes it less fun. Once you know exactly what to do, then you're not really playing the game, you're just doing what other people have found out works. Personally, what I like to do is I like to focus on unity in this game because you get some nice ambitions after a certain point. All this stuff down here costs um, unity instead of influence or energy. You get access to the energy stuff pretty early on, and you have to unlock a lot of the influence stuff through exploring and whatnot. But yeah, if you're looking for like a good tutorial series, there's this guy Aspec who does quite a few on YouTube. He's interesting. He's not my favorite YouTuber, but he does some pretty good tutorials for Stellaris. I also like Horath Drak, and who else does a lot of Stellaris? I think those two are the two ones that do the more regular series, so I like watching them for Stellaris. But they definitely know what they're doing, and they play like on crazy difficulties. I don't know if it shows what difficulty I'm on if I go here, but I think it's pretty much the basic one. That allows me to kind of have fun with this. I can go with less than optimal builds. I think some of the more fun stories I've had have come from the Imperial Authority, because your leader is there until they die of old age, and that means that the modifiers you get can be really, really good for a long time or really, really bad for a long time. And that works well with the Shroud, because the Shroud works the same way, so you can get a lot of like really good bonuses for the short term and then take advantage of that. Or if you get a lot of negative things, then well, you gotta just hope people don't recognize that. What are the other ones? Democratic's a nice one to start with. It's very different than Imperial. Your leaders are changing out all the time, and it can be a little bit frustrating because you can lose like a scientist that you need for research, or like a really good admiral that you've been working on, and they'll become your leader, and they're not like they don't have good modifiers. You can try and influence those elections, but they're just hard to do. But at the same time, it's nice because you don't have to worry about getting stuck with a really bad leader for a long time. And you know, one thing you can do if you get stuck with a bad Imperial leader is you can switch over to like Oligarch and hold an election every 20 years and then hold an emergency election. If you've got like 1,000 influence, you can do that. But that's not something everybody's going to be able to do. Influence is usually pretty scarce resource. Imperial people get like a little bit of a bonus to it, I think. Yeah, because I'm authoritarian, I get a little bonus to influence. I'm lucky because this guy has just like this modifier which gives him influence, and it's allowed me to kind of just go crazy and start trying to eliminate some of these factions that developed when I conquered the galaxy, when I tried to reset everything. But yeah, dude, I'm glad you got Stellaris. I think this is one of the best games in the past like 5 years, maybe 10 years. I play it a lot, and I like how they're always adding things to it. I'm so excited for Distant Stars. I'm sure they're gonna announce it this weekend at ParadoxCon. You gonna watch ParadoxCon, Chasworth? I'm sure if like they don't announce that, which would be pretty unlikely if you ask me, they'll have some good like talks about their philosophies on just like game development, community interaction. I like to keep an eye open for the YouTuber wars type stuff. But yeah, EU4. I never actually tried EU4. I'm more of a fan of Crusader Kings. I watched a lot of videos on that like a couple years ago, and then bought that series. Got really into playing it. But EU4 it was just a little bit before my time. I think it came out a little bit before Crusader Kings 2, and it doesn't like. It's harder to get into visually. There's a lot more mechanics there, but it's just like an older game in that sense. But I don't know, I might, if they have like some big sale on it, I might buy EU4. You like EU4 then? Like how does it compare to Stellaris or Crusader Kings 2? What are like the things that it does better or worse? I definitely know some people who like EU4. I'm interested in it. I think Arumba's talked about it quite a few times. He doesn't really play Stellaris, which I'm hoping he changes his mind on because... oh, it's on sale now. EU4 is on sale. Ooh. I might have to do that. Maybe that will be like one of my goals on Patreon. If I get like $1 or $2, I'll buy a new game like EU4, and then I'll put up a poll, like a voting thing. Yeah, the DLC is kind of necessary on that stuff. How much is it with all the DLC?
Incoming transmission.
More focus on the state than the ruling family, huh? I always liked the fact that you know you got these like unique modifiers and intrigue, but I'm sure there's definitely like just as much there for the state in EU4 as there is for the family in Crusader Kings 2. I mean, if they're gonna take out some systems, they have to put something else in there to keep it fun. Looks like it's what, $10
Incoming transmission.
plus all the DLC. Extreme Edition. Oh wow. The Empire bundle probably is all the DLC, huh? That's expensive. $100? That's, yeah. That's not gonna happen. As much as I wish. Maybe I'll do the demo one of these days. See how people feel about that. $10 for the base game, 116? Ooh. the core DLC. Yeah, I'm gonna have to save up for that if I'm gonna do that. Yeah, win the lottery. It's sounds like fun. I can definitely do that. With the luck I'm having in Stellaris, it doesn't seem too unlikely. This is my first single player series I'm doing on YouTube, and really the first one I committed to on Twitch, and I got some crazy events. I got the Scourge Queen, I got Imperial Cult Leader, and then like my multiplayer game that I did right after this, I got a size 25 Gaia world, not like the Prophet's Retreat, but just like a free one next to my Fnatic Purifying Empire, and I just was able to conquer pretty much half the galaxy in the first 100 years. Kind of feel bad for the people who are playing multiplayer with me. And then yeah, the most recent multiplayer I'm doing is going pretty well. We're not as far into it, but I feel awesome about like my position. Got like 3 choke points into my entire empire, and a giant empire. It's great playing on spiral arms. This isn't spiral arms. I think this is just like random. And I generally do that, but a lot of people who play multiplayer like spirals. Crazy, right? Forcing people into choke points? Nah, I'd rather just let people fly around the galaxy freely. Somebody is more spiritualist, huh? The Loyalist League? That's these guys. You guys got any enemies you're fighting? Not right this second, it looks like. Love how these planets just have like nothing on them. And there's an army just hanging out here. What a smart army. But yeah, out of curiosity, Chasworth, what do you consider like the core DLC? I might write it down if like you got things that you really like. Who knows, if my channel gets big enough, I might be able to be like, hey Paradox, I don't own EU4, but I want to cover your stuff. And who knows, they might feel generous. Art of War, Common Sense, The Cossacks, Random Man. Yeah, that's worth writing down. I think I'm going to write that down really quickly, because I don't want to have to look through chat stuff later. I think Art of War is new, isn't it? That sounds like one I've heard about recently. Either that or it sounds like one they did for Crusader Kings, Cossacks. Gotta love Russians, right? At least ancient Russians. I remember liking those factions in Rome Total War. Yeah. That sounds like a good idea. I've been looking for new ideas recently. I was originally planning only to stream for like 2 hours here, but if you guys want me to keep going for a little bit longer, I might do that. Because I have a multiplayer thing later on this afternoon. I was going to take like an hour off, but I don't know. Happy to have some people in chat. I can hang around with you guys. Record a little bit more. Do a long recording day. Yeah, that sounds kind of fun. Yeah, that's a good idea. Google's great for that type of stuff, isn't it? I feel like people really underestimate the power of Google. It's sad. It's such a useful tool. Still gonna be a while before they take that planet. You know, I'm totally cool with Paradox throwing in things like ebooks and music to make this stuff more expensive because it's just another way to support a company you like. They could charge more for their DLCs, but I think they have made it so that like super fans with a little bit more money can support them and get a little bit of content out of it too. I love the portrait packs in Stellaris. They're not like, they don't add anything to the game, but if you've been playing it long enough, it's nice to see a different portrait here and there, and maybe have something else for a different empire that you haven't played before and you want to put in your list of customizable empires. I feel like as Paradox gets older, they get smarter and they make better and better decisions. At least it seems that way to me, and I've been following them for the past, what, 4 years at least? 5 years maybe now? I think that's when I first started really getting into Crusader Kings 2. I forget. Would that be like right when it came out? I think so. I think I got interested in it right around that time. These guys are the most powerful. We're gonna go to war soon, I think, so that might change. Because these guys, they're just friends. They're gonna be near the top for a long time. Yeah, buying it in one go. Yeah, agreed. That does seem like a lot to spend in one sitting, but over a couple years, I could see myself doing the same. I mean, that's kind of what happened with Crusader Kings 2. I just got into it early, and then every time something would release, I'd be like, ooh, this looks fun. I want to try out those mechanics. What was it, loot? When they started adding that, that got me interested in it again. I almost tried it out when they added the, what was it? Something to do with the Eastern empires, Chinese. You could like talk to some dynasty off in the east, and yeah, it looked pretty fun, but I just didn't have the money for it when they came out. Who knows? That could change soon. I might win the lottery, right guys? Just gotta hope. That's a good amount of garrison strength right there. Just doing one planet at a time, it looks like. Oh look, they fully integrated this, didn't they? That's cool. Now they can finally build out this stuff. Nobody has been in this space for a while. They got one of these guys here. Yeah. That's so weird. They got a bunch of people doing nothing right there. You should probably build stuff on these planets if you can. Star Angels. I feel like they're using all their minerals for war. They want to win this war, and yet they're not doing anything about the planets, huh? Okay. That's their call. I'm sure they won't regret it at all. Let's see, what else can I tell you about Stellaris? Piracy risk isn't that bad. Pirates are kind of cool, because that means you get to get some experience on your admirals and some minerals once you blow up their stations. I do like reducing it though, because in the late game they get to be a bit of a nuisance. Yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? They get annoying. So yeah, just kind of reducing their risk is pretty helpful. I think because I'm surrounded and I have no open space, it's gone down to 0, but it was pretty high even after I upgraded all of my stuff, just because there's a lot of little spaces in between, well, just empty space out there. I thought about getting rid of this because I can buy edicts pretty much whenever I want. That I definitely can get rid of. It's not that great, but there's nothing I want. I have to go be militarist to get this. And the nice thing about that is it increases your naval capacity. I could increase my naval capacity. That could come in kind of useful. Yeah, there's not a lot of ways to do that. And we're definitely not going the way of militarist right now. I think we're suppressing that faction actually. I remember when this was +1 influence. I miss those days. Now, I usually go for hydroponics bays, but I know a lot of people don't like them. They think they're not the best option, because 3 food isn't a lot and it costs you 1 energy, but I just like having extra food. I think the more your population can grow, or rather the faster it can grow, the better. So I will invest in food pretty early on in the game. I don't blame people who think differently. These guys have a lot of migration packs, it looks like. Very interesting. An investor who's warlike. They should be powerful, but I don't think they are. I think they're actually kind of weak. That is sad. Look at all these gateways. There's just gateways in every system out there. Only one Xeno is building a ring world. They're doing pretty good on it too. Got 2 things that they can send people to. Their Federation is fairly strong.
Incoming transmission.
So yeah, I am thinking that I might get rid of these systems, the ones with gateways in them, seeing how much the AI is just building them everywhere. Because a part of me wants to only hold the systems that I need to hold, just like ring worlds, things like that. But if I do that, then I think my naval capacity is going to really drop. I'm curious what you guys think. If you're still there in chat, let me know. Should I only live on ring worlds? You do seem to live mostly on ring worlds. I got this because it used to be a fallen Empire's homeworld. Still have their things like this. You know, I should have probably put this on here a long time ago. Yay, ring world. Gotta love ring worlds. Size 25 planets. You get 4 of them in a system. It's awesome. I just wish I could do multiple at the same time. But due to the immense requirements and qualified technical personnel, we can only build or upgrade 1 megastructure at a time. That needs to be removed. That's a stupid requirement. It doesn't make any sense to me. But you know what you're gonna do about it, right? Go in the forums, complain about it. I probably could. I don't think people have brought it up in a while. And I'm just like, yeah. I feel like if you have the economy for it, you should be able to do it. That'll help with my goal of reducing things like this. Yes, that looks good. Do it like that. Part of me wants to embrace spiritualism and just go for a happy faction. Yeah, I might be at the time where I embrace spiritualism.
Construction complete.
If I do that, then I can name the episode after that. I think I'll name it after my ring world. It's gonna be back to building ring worlds with me, Windslayer. Seems strange that I never did this. That I had a little tiny fortress there. It probably makes more sense to do this or this on this tile, right? Because right now we don't have any slaves here. Yeah, you do that. I'll be fine. Like how I'm just now going through these planets and checking for things like that. Does that really do a lot of good there? How about that? I'll keep it there for now. It's not a great planet, so making it more productive isn't gonna really change that much, is it? Oh yeah, I remember putting this art monument here. Oh cool, looks like Chasworth is heading out. Well, I'm glad that you stopped by. It's cool talking to some people here over in chat. Hopefully I'll see you around. Yeah. Been trying to figure out a way that works for Twitch and chat, and I think I finally got one here. It buzzes on my phone when I use this properly. But yeah, I'll be on later today. Doing some multiplayer if you want to check back in. I like to do multiplayer over the weekend and single player during the week, and this is a little bit in between, so yeah, why not? Gotta build up defenses too. There's more of these elsewhere in other categories. The deer are kind of not in a great position. I think the Slapo are okay. Slapo and deer, yeah, some of the smaller populations in the galaxy. This similar, Leviathans similar, and everything else I think I gave planets to. The Beastmen. I think they've been moved off of their territory down here. If they're across 5 planets, oh, they still have some here. I feel like, yeah, some of them were resettled for whatever reason. This is the way the Dark Angels decide to do this. I don't understand why this guy's on minerals. Oh, maybe it's because he's strong. Makes lots of minerals when he can. Interesting choices. hope the stream looks good. I just went over to OBS and my internet connection's looking a little spotty. But yeah, it looks like people are able to understand me, hear me, all that kind of important stuff. Nope. Do not exit. Keep recording. Do not press that button. That is a bad button. Almost closed down OBS in the middle of a recording. That would be bad, I would assume.
Incoming transmission.
There's gotta be some things here I can upgrade, right? Yep. Couple places across the Empire that don't have the defenses that they could. But for the most part, it looks pretty safe. Cool. All good. I want my defenses to be solid. Seems like a pretty important thing now that I'm entering the late game, or the late game. Way past when the developers intended you to play. The AI just is so ridiculous. Move your transport into position, please. This one. I guess this one's going. At least somebody's going down here. They built an army and now they're gonna take some territory, I guess. These guys have to go to war soon. They're just making a bunch of claims on each other. Which means well, actually, neither of them are going to want to go to war because both of the other one has a reasonably strong ally. Substance abuser, no. How sad. I did like in my multiplayer game, the one that I've been playing most recently, how the most powerful empire out there has a leader who is a substance abuser. Seems like a strange quirk, but not unreasonable, right? There have been a lot of leaders like that in history, some crazy ones, some weird habits. I think I still have a viewer. And yeah. Oh, it's showing up as 0 now. Oh well. I'm sure they'll come back later. I told them I'm doing multiplayer stuff later. That'd be more interesting to watch anyways. Keep on fighting, Xenos. All work out in the end, I'm sure. It's a pretty nice system there. A raiding fleet. Don't know exactly what that's all about. You know, I did have somewhere I was writing down little video ideas. Now what? Who we gonna spy on? I think I'd like to know actually who's the weakest. 2 planets, 3 planets, 2. There's only 2 of those original protectorates left, it looks like. The others have been destroyed or something along those lines. Yaldum needs to start going on to its ring world that it built. Expect them to be one of the stronger nations in the long run. At least I hope they are, because they like building ring worlds. I'm so tempted just to give them like 10,000 minerals. Because they lost the last war they were in, and I didn't think they should have, but they did. And they could lose the next one. After that, which one of these other nations will build ring worlds? How many of them even can? Well, you know, all of them probably can because they have the mega engineering thing, right? They just don't want to because they haven't taken the right perks or they don't have living metal. I bet the Yamera thingy has living metal. If they don't, I might just trade it to them. You guys want some living metal? Here. You can just have it. Should have done that a while ago. Sorry. Just build a bunch of mega structures, please. what nation will be eliminated next? You tell me in the comments below, right? No? Yeah, come on. You know you want to. Why not, right? I mean, if you're watching this, you might as well. You know, it's like the second episode in a row where I've had some people jump in on chat and try and talk to me. I like that quite a bit. Maybe it has to do with the fact that I've been doing more stuff on Twitter and Instagram. I don't know. Not sure why that posted twice there. Just happens so, doesn't it? Looks like an interesting little thing. Yeah. I'm gonna say that I've been getting more stuff in chat because of this stuff. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe not. And you got a lot of people that don't like them. I think they're like repugnant or something, huh? Yep, they're repugnant. Nobody really seems to like them too much. Did they send an army down here? Because I thought they were going to. What happened to your army, guys? Oh. It's just stuck here. Landing and... I don't know what's going on here, but I'm going to try something really quickly. I'm actually going to load this own game that we're running right here just right back up, because it seems to me like it's stuck. I don't know if this is going to help the AI, but I'm going to hope that this keeps the AI from doing the same stupid thing over and over and over again. It usually doesn't take this long to load. Come on, game. I believe in you. Well, I guess you get to listen to me now. Isn't that exciting? I guess we're getting kind of close to the end of this episode. I'm not going to wrap it up just yet, but yeah, if it is preparing the game good. I was going to say if it doesn't, then I can end it early or something. Just pick up where we were, but it looks like it's working now. Yay. Come on, AI. Don't be silly. You're still doing the same stupid stuff, it looks like. Okay. I don't know what's going on. Why the AI is so garbage? Because sometimes it's a real challenge. Even on this difficulty. Earlier in this game, I had some pretty interesting engagements, but the way the armies move are just illogical. These guys haven't done anything over here, have they? Sitting back, watching people do their thing. Okay. Called the Talon. They're friends, huh? Well, let's see. They're not fighting their wars effectively. And these guys don't seem like they're gonna go to war. What can I check in on? Factions. Yay for factions. Why do we have more of this? Did we lose a faction? No, I stopped promoting this, I think. Because promoting costs 2. Okay, that's why I'm getting more influence now. Thought I was getting more from factions earlier too. I thought I was getting 2.4 or something. Very interesting. These do have less population in them though. They're slowly getting smaller. This is what happens when you don't use slavery to suppress factions. I don't know, slavery might be good for my people. We're authoritarian, which means we get bonuses for enslaving. Not a whole lot though. Make people productive. I'm just reading everything. I like that last line. Never trust the alien. Its false smile hides an unknowable mind. Quite good writing. What's this? There are those who think it behooves us to remember how tiny we are, how pointless our lives are in the vast, uncaring universe. What nonsense. We have meaning. Yes, we do have meaning. The universe is a dream. Okay. So they basically believe in the shroud, and we have the shroud. Cool. Good for us. Believed in the shroud even before we got the shroud. Is that what they're trying to say? Moregaf, the merciful. We're definitely nice people. Oh wow. They must have thrown their fleet or their army away at this over here. So cool that they kept that. Definitely should have made it so that they liked making food. I should have made them agrarians. But then again, it's pretty cool the way it turned out. All they need is an army there, and they can take that. They can take anything to really take this system. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Might want to get rid of those worlds eventually. I do like how this one's got a thing around it. There's a couple in that system as well. And yeah, right here, that's some definitely that I would get rid of if I could. Might as well put that there. Or wait, why would I do that? It's in between two of these. It should have a thing. 8 minerals. Same with this. And that sounds like another war, huh? The shaman are gonna wipe out the outcasts. That's not very nice. Do you remember what happened to them against the Horde? Weren't you also a victim of the Horde? Well, looks like robo-roaches are about to disappear. Good thing there's still some cybernetics up here. Andorans. I don't think they're that powerful though, compared to some of the other nations. They're there, the Andorans. They're not weak, but they're not like the most powerful. 11 planets, huh? 16 planets. A lot of these are habitats. The population's more important than anything else. 171 compared to 211. Even though they only have 13, they got 200 on those 13. So the Faithful Protectors have some pretty good planets there. That's why this nation did as well as it did. Got a lot of pretty okay planets. These wars are just dragging on. Well, just checking the time, and it literally just passed the 2-hour mark, so I think it's a good time to pause it here and do my outro. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave a like and to subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you want to check out some of my links below, I have things like my social media in the description. And yeah, if you want to leave a comment, please feel free to. I'll see you around. Have a good one.